podium of speakers. I love having our partners here. I've been working with them quite a bit over the last year and a half, and it's wonderful to see them here in person. My name is Luke. I am the Senior Director of Product for our Nutanix Enterprise AI product. I'd like to introduce that to you today and helping you understand why we invested in NAI and why we think it's going to be transformational to the Nutanix business and to your businesses as you support your customers. Now, first of all, you probably have well heard that about a year and a half, 2 years ago, OpenAI came out with ChatGPT. And it was a really explosive moment in the industry because it took what was about 50+ years of research in artificial intelligence, and it really discovered, following the Attention is All You Need white paper, that taking GPUs, which became very, very well regarded, very powerful in the last 10 years, and taking cloud-based infrastructure as a service, plus this paper together, and people really understood we can make these large language models, which are extremely powerful, and also more or less free to the user, that is. With open licenses like Apache 2 or the Meta license, now you have this really powerful engine that you can apply directly to your products and your customers. Now, we think this has been very important because as we talk to leadership like you, with our customers, with our partners, we're hearing that many people want to harness these engines. And they really want to understand, how can I build these into my products? Because I, too, want to be competitive, fast to market, better than my competition, and really help my customers out. So that's where we want to be, helping you get there. Now, unlocking this information using LLMs is really what we're trying to do here. All of our customers here, all of our partners, ourselves, we have tons of information in our enterprises that we want to use better, whether it's for ourselves, whether it's for our customers. And if you think about all the different teams in your companies, we have legal teams, marketing teams, finance teams, HR teams. They all have unique private data sets that they want to use either internally or selectively exposed to their customers for use. And large language models and enterprise AI is the way to do this. So I would like to say hello to Nutanix Enterprise AI and show you in a few slides what we've built and how we can make this really simple for you to adopt in your companies. Now, amongst all the things you can do, which are numerous, Nutanix Enterprise AI helps you select a large language model through our partners. So Hugging Face is here, NVIDIA is here. Thank you very much for joining us. These are our key partners in selecting models that you can use and deploy for your Nutanix Enterprise AI endpoints to power your generative AI applications. We do this on any Kubernetes platform, which I think is really powerful. We heard Toby this morning describe the power of Kubernetes and how it's really advanced over 10 years to be a powerful substrate, which Nutanix also fundamentally, powerfully supports. What's great here is we do this with any Kubernetes, and I'll talk about that. And we make it simple. And I'll go into a little bit more detail about this. Nutanix makes enterprise simple, and that includes enterprise AI. Now, the reason we want to make it simple is it's a great customer experience. It's easy for us, but we know that this ecosystem is complex. On the left-hand side, we have compute, we have server, we have GPU. We've been making this easier for a decade, 15 years, in fact. But we have new components, and they confuse a lot of people. We have the large language model. We have the serving engine. We have the AI applications themselves. There's a lot of components here. And for a new person joining this area or wanting to expand your business with this, it's not that simple. But we're going to make it simple. Starting off with Nutanix Enterprise AI. And as I mentioned, this is to power your generative AI applications, whether it comes from a partner like DataRobot, or whether it comes from one of our other partners that we've announced over the past 1 year, and more coming, or whether you're building your own AI applications in-house. You can run these with Nutanix Enterprise AI. Now, I mentioned you can run this on Kubernetes. You can actually run this on any CNCF-compliant Kubernetes. That includes our own NKP platform. It includes our additional Kubernetes platform partners. It also includes in-cloud. So if I'm on Azure AKS, or Amazon EKS, or Google GKE, you can run this universally on all of these. And, of course, you can do this on Nutanix Cloud Infrastructure. But since I mentioned the cloud providers, you can do this on public cloud as well. You have complete freedom where you want to run this, and this fits very strongly in the Nutanix value proposition of customer choice. We have choice of hypervisors, choice of hardware partners, choice of Kubernetes partners. But if you want to offer Nutanix, we have you. Now, how do I get this done? One, start by installation. Now, if you are a Nutanix Kubernetes platform customer, thank you for that. We have a click to install, super easy method of giving you Nutanix Enterprise AI very, very simply and easily. However, since it's a Kubernetes-based application, it's Helm chart-based with the container artifacts safely and securely on Docker Hub Enterprise. So you can still deploy this anywhere you want, and if your Kubernetes is up and running, this takes literally a few minutes. Number two, choose a large language model. You can do it with Hugging Face. We're very happy to partner with them. We're also extremely happy to partner with NVIDIA for both the GPU hardware as well as the NIM software packages for microservices. Number three, go ahead and deploy them. You can do this in a couple of clicks, literally a few minutes. We'll show it in a few minutes. And then finally, share that with your developer customers or your data scientist users with an endpoint and credentials with a token that they can access the endpoint. Very easy. From step 1 to step 4, you can do this all in a few minutes. Now, the thing we're really trying to convey to you as customers is, one, as I mentioned, we want to make it simple. Simple to deploy, simple to use, very enjoyable. Number two, we want to give you control. And we're an enterprise company building enterprise products. You need control over who has access to this application, who can consume the endpoints, which models you can use. So you need full control with observability, with role-based access control. And finally, you want predictable cost. We love our cloud partnerships, but when you're running a cloud with a competitor, you're going to pay per query, per token. And if you are a large user, that can get very expensive. With us, we have a subscription-based license, but whether you use it a little or you use it a lot, it's the same price. So you know your total ROI and your total cost of ownership. So let's talk about a few of the value propositions. It's an elegant enterprise-grade interface. It looks like Prism Central, but it is a separate interface for separation of concerns. You might not want your enterprise AI admin changing your VLANs or changing your VMs or moving clusters around. You've got choice of large language models, and you can even upload your own models because we know some of our governmental customers, some of our high security customers, they might not allow internet access. We handle token creation for your endpoints and consumption. As an admin, you can manage who gets these, and you can even withdraw them should something change. We do save the partner API tokens, as I mentioned, with Hugging Face and with NVIDIA NGC catalog. Those do require tokens for accessing those catalogs. We can save those for you, and you can live download the partner models you want to use. And furthermore, we give you code samples. You are going to integrate this with an application, which means you're going to give this to your developer. We're going to give you a full RESTful JSON that you can understand how to integrate this with either your data scientist work or with your end user application. And finally, we must have security. Users, role-based access control. We allow you to pre-test your models once they're set up with an endpoint. I think this is really valuable, and I didn't mention it yet. Most of our administrators are infrastructure administrators, and we love them. We're asking them to become AI administrators, and this is new. So therefore, we want to make it simple, and we want to give them the confirmation that the model they've selected, the endpoint that they've created, does work, and is viable before they hand it off to their end consumer. In addition, we monitor resources, whether it's your GPU resource, whether it's your infrastructure resourcing. Everything is audited, and we do integrate with pulse reporting as well. So let's take a couple look at some of the screens here. Here's my initial wizard-driven experience. You can see that looks very much like the other Nutanix products you're accustomed to. Once I deploy, I have my dashboard. I can see the summary of my endpoints, the summary of my usage with my different tokens. Again, you don't get charged by token, but you can see all the usage. You have your choice of models, as I mentioned, and you have import models in case you're a dark site. Adding user means you can add anyone you want to have access to this interface. That can be as an administrator or as a user. And we do help you generate and save API keys. We do this securely. Once you generate an API key, you need to save it, share it, or put it in a token vault because you won't see it again. But if you do happen to lose a token, you can generate another one very simply. Here's my test interface. And then finally, here's my summary screen. You can see the endpoint. Text might be a little bit small, but this is an OpenAI-compatible RESTful endpoint. You'll see your model details, you'll see your token details, and usage summary. Now, I mentioned partners before. We have many different partners we've been announcing since .next last year in Barcelona. We've been adding more throughout the year. We'll have more coming up. So we have DataRobot, Codium, NVIDIA, Robust Intelligence. And they all handle multiple use cases, and we can help you select and match in the field what might be best for you. And we're happy to help you there. So finally, one more thing. We do have a test drive click-through experience if you want to see this for yourself. But I thought what might be a little bit better is to invite Christophe Geoffrey, who you met this morning, to show you the actual product live in French. Merci, Christophe.
Bonsoir à tous. Je vais juste prendre quelques secondes pour me connecter. Et on va pouvoir vous présenter tout ça. Hop. Toujours la magie du direct. Bon, dans tous les cas, avant que mon écran apparaisse, c'est vrai qu'on a eu une belle introduction tout à l'heure entre la table ronde, la présentation de Luc. L'AI, ces dernières années, a fait énormément de progrès, beaucoup de cas d'usage. Aujourd'hui, on va parler d'un cas d'usage particulier, c'est l'AI générative. Et on va présenter un petit peu plus en détail, avec quelques démos, ce que Luc a présenté juste avant, donc notre solution Nutanix Enterprise AI. Donc l'idée aujourd'hui, l'AI en général, c'est un travail d'équipe. On a vu tout à l'heure, il y avait une table ronde, beaucoup de nos partenaires. On ne fait pas de l'AI tout seul. Il y a tout un tas de composants. Il faut une infrastructure, il faut du matériel, il faut des logiciels. Nous, ce qui va nous importer, c'est qu'on va essayer de faciliter un petit peu l'histoire classique que Nutanix propose à ses clients depuis 15 ans, c'est de faciliter l'accès à des technologies qui sont récentes et modernes. Dans le cas de l'AI, et en particulier pour les clients qui vont vouloir faire de générative AI, on a un besoin. Le premier besoin, c'est d'être capable de déployer des modèles. Avant de pouvoir faire l'inférence sur quelque chose, il faut un modèle qui va représenter la connaissance. Et ce modèle-là, ça va être le premier point d'entrée lorsqu'on va arriver sur le produit. Alors, le produit, on l'a vu tout à l'heure, c'est un produit qu'il va falloir déployer, c'est une application. Gros intérêt, on peut la déployer un petit peu partout. Le seul prérequis, c'est un cluster Kubernetes. Ça tombe bien aujourd'hui, on vient d'annoncer, il y a NKP 2.13, j'avais parlé de NKP ce matin. NKP 2.13 vient juste de sortir aujourd'hui et embarque la partie Nutanix Enterprise AI directement dans le catalogue. On va partir du dashboard NKP, on va retourner dans la partie application comme ce matin. On va descendre un petit peu, toute dernière version, on va retrouver en bas, hop, voilà, Nutanix Enterprise AI. Donc avec NKP, ça va être extrêmement simple. Pour autant, on supporte n'importe quel type de cluster Kubernetes, donc on pourra reprendre des méthodes d'installation relativement traditionnelles. Je vais cliquer dessus, je l'avais déjà installé pour gagner du temps. On va juste se rendre compte qu'on arrive directement sur un dashboard qui, pour les utilisateurs déjà Nutanix, est relativement familier au niveau des couleurs, au niveau du code, la manière de naviguer. Encore une fois, simplifier l'usage. Donc le premier point, on a dit, on veut faire de l'AI générative, on a besoin de modèles. On a besoin de modèles, les modèles, il y en a plein. On a vu Geekface et NVIDIA qui étaient sur scène tout à l'heure. Il y a tout un tas de modèles qui sont disponibles dans leur librairie. L'idée de Nutanix Enterprise AI, c'est de donner facilement accès à ces modèles et de préférence des modèles qu'on a pu prévalider. Il y a beaucoup de choix. Aujourd'hui, quand on va aller dans la partie modèle, je vois que dans mon instance d'AI, j'en ai déjà un certain nombre que j'ai importé. On a un menu d'import, on peut choisir typiquement directement depuis le catalogue NVIDIA, directement depuis le catalogue Geekface. Je vais prendre le premier par exemple. On a une liste de modèles qui ont été validés. Des modèles de toute origine, on les a testés, on sait qu'ils fonctionnent correctement, on sait que c'est des modèles qui ne vont pas trop faire d'aberrations, qui fonctionnent de manière relativement attendue. L'importer, c'est relativement simple, on voit un petit peu la taille, ça va permettre de cibler ce que l'on souhaite faire, on voit d'où il vient, on peut juste le sélectionner, on fait un import, ça va arriver en fonction de la bande passante, ça va être plus ou moins rapide. Ensuite, on se retrouve avec une librairie de modèles comme ça, donc on a aussi les modèles NVIDIA, donc basés sur les conteneurs de type NIM, donc d'embarquer à la fois toute l'intelligence et la manière de l'interroger dans des containers. On pourra aussi comme Luc l'a proposé, importer ses propres modèles. Il peut y avoir tout un tas de raisons, des modèles qui ont été réentraînés, c'est relativement rare, ou alors des prérequis particuliers de modèles qui n'auront pas encore validés par la partie NAI, ou alors des modèles qui sont imposés par des métiers, par le business, par la sécurité. Dans tous les cas, une fois que ces modèles sont présents, on va vouloir les utiliser. Pour les utiliser, qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire? Il faut pouvoir créer un endpoint